Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Denver Broncos. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. He's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Herbert now. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
From the 17, Goff. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
And he'll get this yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, it's Eckler. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Bobby Wagner, the all-pro, in on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies. frees not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. He gets this to Davante Adams. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. On the screen, this is Eckler. Oh, some strong running. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. The left side throw complete to Adams. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. Davis. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Mike Davis. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up? They'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Touchdown, Broncos! Austin Eckler with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now Goff. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders. Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
54 mark, 54 mark. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Big stop, G. Big stop, let's go. Deuce, Ric Flair.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he will have a Cowboys first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Goff. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Aaron Donald, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Goff into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Dante Hightower. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 2nd down, Swift. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. It's picked up by the Broncos. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And that one quickly went from a big play for the offense, I thought he may go the distance, to a big play for the defense.
And how about the emotions for the defense on that play? It broke big. It was going to be an absolute disaster for them, and it turns out they end up with the football. I don't know that they're exactly celebrating. Definitely plenty of relief, though.
Now Herbert following the turnover. He finds his target, Beckham. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. That sack by Khalil Mack. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's fourth down. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. Gone. And this will be incomplete. Both with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. This is fielded at the 27. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Herbert's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 2nd and 2. Here's Herbert. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now it's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Break that. 180. It's our time. It's our time. Jumper, 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 jumper. Shell.
Goff a handoff here to Swift. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now.
54, right there, 54, Mike. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
On 2nd and 9, Goff airing one out for Boyd. And this one incomplete. A 50-50 ball in the end, nearly intercepted. And now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hold on. Check. Check 13.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. He's going to look deep now for Landry. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
54, right there, 54, Mike. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
After the interception, here's Goff. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he's taken down inside the 30.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Check. Hey, check.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield.
Oh, that's a tough one for a quarterback because on a bootleg, you turn your back to the defense naturally and you lose sight of the defenders for just a split second, and then surprise, in this case, someone's right in his grill.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A handoff, it's Eckler. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. First down, and they stick with Eckler. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll run it with Bell. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Caught left side. It's Beckham. A gain of 6 there on first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Akins. And he will have a Broncos first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. It fights him off. Caught on the right side by Adams. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Herbert back to the air. He completes it to Beckham. Touchdown! Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Tell you what. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
They'll try the air now with Goff. He's going to let it fly. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now a play fake, and it's gone. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the give, this is Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 20. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
I'm scared. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. It's a party now. Hey, fine. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. He's going to let it fly. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been a man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Check 99. Check 99.
Here we go on fourth. Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a big play there on 4th and 10. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
58's Mike, 58. 58's Mike. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Here's Goff. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the Broncos come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Broncos, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.